See how well this sounds. I'm gonna need to play guitar every now and then just to relax during these crazy times. I also I get on myself because sometimes I feel like I get political. I'm not trying to get political. Like I'm not trying to dog. I understand the intentions of the protesters and people who want the economy back open, but it's just a really stressful thing. Like I think there are ways that we can see. Let me just say this. I'm going to shut up and get back to what I'm doing here. Is the bread and butter of restaurants is people coming in and dining in. Well, we can't do that. We could do it. See, that's the thing. I heard a story recently, and granted, this was in. I mean, I guess you can believe what you want to believe, but someone with the virus was in a restaurant, and then the air conditioning system circulated this thing. I don't know if a cough had to be involved with but it's just crazy to think that people would just. But my thing is, we still should be able to serve people food, picking up. People can pick food up and deliver. It's just there's extra costs involved. And there's also, where's the extra money going to come from to pay for it? So it's not that we can't still have restaurants and business, for example, but it's just crazy to me, even before this, how much they needed to make and how much they depended on people coming in, packing but they had to pack restaurants in order to just make enough some months just make enough just to keep the lights on. And it's just crazy to think that now post that, they're considering not working as much or having the restaurant open even for deliveries because it saves money. And that's just crazy. Businesses should be able to make money, but it's been hard for a long time, I think, for a lot of people to make money. So that is just my opinion. And that is just my opinion. That is just my opinion. That is just my opinion. I do want to see how well this sounds. Just do, because sometimes I just gotta get. There's a lot of engineering involved when you're connecting microphones, and this is real simple. I got the webcam. I'm going off of the microphone off of the computer. This is a Mac. So see how well it sounds. If it sounds good enough, if I get some feedback that it sounds okay, then I'm not going to push myself too hard to try to make things sound real fancy. Okay, so. Try to be a little bit raw. Maybe my microphone don't sound like this. And one thing we've been getting into with the Skype stuff is some people are like, oh, I hear a little bit of echo, or like, oh, my camera's a little grainy. Right now, if you have steady connection and the camera's on and it's and there's a little delay, we got to be forgiving. We got to remember suspension of disbelief. People are as long as we have a connection, a good, solid connection, and I'm going back to the Skype talk. I'm sorry. It's what I've been doing in the studio, relying on people to have the best connection they have where they're at, so it's coming through the call and they're staying connected to the call, okay, so we can get the audio and video out of that laptop, our Skype laptop, for our purposes of the show. So, so we can't be too picky with lighting and stuff. To an extent, like if you can't see my face at all, if like I'm just completely dark, things like that. But we've been getting a little picky about headroom and things like that, and we can't. We've been getting picky about like maybe some people being a little bit on the side as opposed to centered up. And sometimes it's just like one lady in particular was holding her phone, and it just gets to the point like she's holding her phone, and she was on the third, but it actually looked good. Sometimes. I don't mean to sound confusing, but sometimes depending on the shot, being on the third can look just fine. But for the most part, we try to center people up. But like I said, we got to be forgiving. If we have a connection, like we had one week, we were having a really hard time making a connection. It's because on our end, we didn't have the Ethernet hooked up right away. And it's a process. This has all been a process for everybody. What takes usually a couple days feels like it's taking a week sometimes. Ironically, even though everything is stalled, I don't know what that's about. I think a lot of it's, for me personally, the kids. Parents, you got your kids at home now. Now you're doing e-learning. You're a teacher now. It's my wife and I were talking. It would be easier if they just didn't have school. but you still have to schedule the e-learning time. So it's still, my son's so funny. He's like, I'm not in school anymore. Like, actually you are. We're still scheduling for you to do your Zoom calls 4 days a week, and you have homework you have to do. They're being very, lenient, not as strict about, their answers, but it's still time you got to make back to see. And what did I title this thing? I said, practicing staying on subject. Does the guitar sound good? I did recently just get the pickup finally put in here to where I can finally actually take a 1/4-inch cord directly into an audio interface that's connected to a computer that would allow you to record. And oh my gosh, you can connect to your phone these days. You could connect to your tablet, or you could do, something simple that you can always do. Just go off of the camera on your computer or whatever you have, phone. If you can get headphones to help work, we do have feedback issues, I know, with Skype, and I also do need to kind of dive into some of the more specific setups that musicians are doing, and just to try to jump on board with that, help with that. Right now, I'm mostly with the Skype, how to do the interview process on TV shows, something that other people can obviously do. Technically, if you can do a screen recording, or you figure out a way to record out of your laptop into something, maybe it's another laptop. Oh, that's crazy. Use one computer to hold the Skype calls, and you could start your own show. You do a podcast. It's crazy. I'm not staying on subject. Perhaps we need that Ethernet connection. If you have a computer, Ethernet would be the best. You would show up the sharpest, because more data means sharper image, better audio quality. How is this webcam sound? It's probably fine. It's just my voice needs some training. Skype, welcome to Skypeville. All right. I'm actually on YouTube right now. I keep talking about Skype, but I'm on YouTube talking about Skype. At some point, I'm going to make some professional videos, actually showing some screen footage of me clicking and accessing and allowing camera on certain devices, whether it's me recording with a camera over my shoulder with the computer screen. I promise it's not going to just me jumping on here just talking. This is more for my sake right now. It's just easier to do this. And it's just, like I said, I'm just trying to simply get people connected. Like, we have to be concerned about group gatherings now. It's crazy. It's crazy. If at some point, hopefully we can track the virus better, but really we have to live in a world where there could be a different virus coming up. I still can't touch my face. I still have to refrain from shaking hands as much. So that's still going to be going on. And for those who obviously are eager for businesses to open up, that is the argument on their end. Is like, we're going to have to practice these mitigation techniques anyway. So, but anyway.
What's up, Joe?
Nothing. I'm testing
Skyping away.
Skyping. All I'm doing is talking about Skype and randomly seeing if what a guitar sounds like off of a webcam too. So I'm trying to kill two birds with one stone.
How does the microphone pick up the?
I don't know. I'll have to play it back.
All right.
But anyway, I have talked enough. This is almost an 8-minute video. But anyway, so let me know how the guitar sounded. Anybody who watches the video, make comments, please. I don't have a lot of bafanas yet but I am interested because, for the most part, I think people are pretty forgiving. I've seen a lot of videos where 12 people were connected on a Skype call, or maybe it was Zoom, probably Zoom, because Zoom can handle more people, it seems, all singing. And I'm assuming everybody had their own setup. I'm assuming most people can't use their webcams and just their mics off their computer. I don't know. I'm interested what other people are doing, and I'm just interested to see how that sounded. And if it was entertaining, hey, I'm glad. But hey, it's also, I'm just, for those of you out there who are maybe in a small town, you're in an area where it's hard for you to get connected, all I gotta say is we gotta help you get connected. We, as a community, as people, we all need to get connected, because this is gonna become crucial, I think, in the post-pandemic era of, Earth history, us people. I mean, animals too, but oh my gosh, and bananas, and fruit, and vegetables. Ending stream. Ending.